Hey family, look, it's Herbalist Viola. I got a couple of emails and I said, let me just go live. I did my podcast this morning and I got a couple of emails. I was answering emails to guys about free cheese and about cheese, period. Just about cheese, period. And I was like, let me just go live because I just need to have the conversation with you. I just want to have the conversation with a couple of people if y'all want to come on in here. I'm just trying to see who's well, I need to wait until some more people come in, but yeah, I know sometimes I don't wait. I'd be like, look, it'll be on a replay. You guys can hear it later, but appreciate you. See the King, I really appreciate you being my moderator. Just want to give you a shout out. But family, I just want to talk about cheese and cheese because a lot of y'all don't realize that's dairy. Y'all know that's dairy. Come on now, family. If how can I put this? Whew, I know our bodies change as we get older, but we still lactose intolerant. Do y'all not get that, family? Um, I've been speaking about dairy for cow milk. That dairy. I just want to clarify. Let's clarify. We're talking about cow milk. Just want to talk about cow milk. I know the thumbnail says things we need to unlearn. Family, there's some more things we need to unlearn. I just said let me just do this video because there's a lot of things we need to unlearn. I mean, y'all know dairy is cheese. We get cheese from dairy. So we getting this free cheese. I'm gonna go back to when I was young. I'm gonna go back to when I was younger. Y'all know how we get the free cheese. Y'all know how we put cheese on everything. And yes, cheese is good. I know cheese is good, family. I know cheese is good, but if we lactose intolerant, if it tears up our gut, I mean, if it tears up your gut, causes inflammation, causes pain, causes mucus. And let me just read some things it's linked to. I was just checking. Oh, let me just move some of this stuff. Just checking. Look, in the middle of cleaning up, trying to get things redone. But I just got these emails and I said, let me just go live from answering the supported questions on my podcast. I know I got podcast. Listen, a lot of you guys ask, hey, I can't get the link. I don't know what the link is. Under every description, under all of my YouTube videos, if you look down in the description, down, right under here, not where the where the heading is, but underneath where it says description, you have the link to my website, link to the podcast. You have direct link to the podcast. And yes, I'm back doing podcasts every day because I get the emails and I want to answer your question. I don't want to just send the person a email and just get it to one. I'd rather give it out to as many as people can hear me, as many people I can shout on the mountaintop, and many people, but I just want people to hear it. So I got the questions about why we shouldn't eat cheese. Now, if you are same skin color and maybe darker, a little bit lighter, but if we the same people, I ain't gonna say whatever, but if we the same people, because I ain't black. This is brown, right? We brown. If you are like me, hair is hair is like me, family, we lactose intolerant. Not everybody, but about 95%. I would say pushing 98% of us are lactose intolerant. So when we go and eat cheese, family, things we need to unlearn. The cheese is what's making us sick. The majority of us. Yeah, you may not get issues in the beginning. You may not be getting issues quick, fast, in a hurry. But you remember when you was giving your baby, I'm talking to the parents. Remember when you tried the cow milk, that formula on the babies? You just wonder why they got thrash and they got all these hives and they throwing up and they constantly throwing up and they got the bubble guts, they got diarrhea. Y'all get what I'm saying. You feel me, family? It's the cheese, family. It's the dairy. But I just want to read this because I know I should have did a video to put the clip in there, But I know I spoke about this a while ago, family. I spoke about this a while ago. And I just want to reiterate. I just want to reiterate this. And you guys, it's studies already shown it. Doctors know. And we're going to talk about doctors too, but they already know now. They already know this. And I speak on it over and over and over. And I can't even find the clip. Let me get the other phone. Because a lot of us, and I spoke about it because it's about dairy. It's about dairy, what it's directly linked to. What is directly linked to. And we all suffer, and we wondering why our parents suffer and our elderly suffer, and why we get inflammation, why osteoporosis, why schizophrenia, why. Yeah, I'm saying the words why, and the video probably get taken down, but I don't care. But at least you live, you get to see this information. Yeah, I'm not attitude or mad, but it's a little bit. I just want you to look, family. I can't say about common sense, but it's the fact of love. It's like love. It's like, let me just fix your crown, king, let me fix your crown, queens, let me fix your crown. Because sometimes we don't really put two and two together. And I'm saying this out of complete love, because we don't realize until much later. I mean, much later on our issues and why we sick. Why we sick, why we got high blood pressure, why we got diabetes, why our fat tissues just get, just continue to form. Our muscles, we be like, why is my muscles breaking down? Because, family, what's going on in your body right now is your body is eating away that muscle. I mean, just chomp, chomp, chomp. That's what your body doing, because it needs that energy. So our bodies is eating away the muscle and storing the fat. That's what our bodies do. Our bodies is brilliant, and sometimes our body is confused. I'm just telling you, sometimes our body's confused. A lot of our body's confused because what we do is we continuously put things in our body, and it's hurting us, and we don't even know. And that's why I said, let me just talk to you about this free cheese. Because a lot of us be like, man, that cheese ain't doing nothing to. Y'all keep saying that cheese not doing anything to you. You keep saying that cheese not doing anything to you. Then later you be like, oh, I'm iron deficiency. My bones is aching. My body is this, my body is that. And then, we go, I know I should have had it. I should have had it up, family. But that's what it says. It says dairy is linked to. It says dairy is linked to. And I'm like, what in the hell? So you saying dairy's linked to this, and a lot of us don't realize it. And I know I should have had the slide, but I may throw it up there later. I may do a separate video just so you can see the slide. Yeah, I got my grandbaby pictures. I know I should have had it ready. Where we at? Let me just go and work this thing out. You know how we work this thing out, family. But I just had to look. I text myself way too much. But anyway, family, it says that dairy is linked to schizophrenia, dementia, high blood pressure. And I'm like, what? And I know a lot of us don't believe it. A lot of us are like oblivious. Dairy is already linked to, because look, come on. I know I had this conversation over and over again, but I'm talking about the cheese, family. I just want to put it on the cheese because it's made from the cow milk. Hence, that's why we have to use alternatives. That's why we have to change our palate, change our whole lives, family. We got to just change. Look, I just want to make sure that, and nobody asking me questions, but seriously, family, we just need to change. We need to look at the our overall health. Yes, cheese is good. That cow cheese ain't nothing. You look, we can get that, get the taste just right. Because like y'all say, yeah, I don't want to be a vegan, y'all don't be a vegetarian, but vegetarians do eat cheese, dairy cheese. But I'm saying if you make different cheese, the cheese tastes just as better. But if you take some of that cheese that's in the store, that processed cheese, family, set it on fire. Set that cheese on fire and tell me what it does to you. Next time y'all get some cheese, set it on fire, and then you tell me what it's doing to your gut. You tell me what it's doing in your arteries. And I'm not talking about the cheese. We're talking about after your body process it, devour it, your stomach melt it. Your stomach can digest it. But y'all know we be struggling. We be struggling. But when we take this food in, family, when we take this fake cheese, this processed foods, and I'm trying to stick it with cheese, when we take this stuff in, what it does to our bodies, you be like, no, it don't. Because everybody think it's something else, but it's, I would say, when I was telling y'all the percentage of what you eat, if we look at everything we eat, 99% it'll say cow milk. It'll say some form of milk, family. And we don't look at it. Just like, I was speaking to a young lady, Deidre. I hope you don't mind me shouting you out. But she emailed me and she was sending me the labels of what she purchased because she was, dealing with some issues that I was, telling her about the root cause. And she realized she's looking at labels. We have to do our due diligence, family. I'm going to get that word out and read the labels. If y'all don't read them labels, we eat dairy and we're blind. We're looking around, when we have the discernment with this eye, we got the discernment with that eye, and the dairy's just closing this eye. That eye, we gotta uncalcify that eye, because if it don't get cracked or covered up by the time you 2 and 3 years old, because that's what we do. That's what we do. And I know I spoke about this before, but I got to reiterate it, because I got to reiterate it and talk to my people who sent me. Like, I got 3 emails specifically about cheese. Specifically about cheese. I hope I'm saying the word right, because I be trying to make sure I say these words right with family. Just talking about the dairy cheese and how it don't affect them, but then they wondering why. Because it's like, how can I say it? When it says linked, because study shows, y'all know I'm not a doctor, this is entertainment purposes only. No, I throw that in, I got to throw that caveat in there, because I didn't put the disclaimer on the front because it's live. I still got to throw that disclaimer in there. But y'all know, if y'all speak to your doctors, the doctors sit there and tell you about the dairy milk and whatever and what is linked to. But if you do your research, family, you're going to see it. But what I'm saying is, overall, by time where I would say birth, newborn, because, like if the mother can't produce, we give it the formula and we're drinking the cow milk. I'm talking about our people. I'm talking about people that are like me. A lot of us cannot, our bodies cannot dissolve. Just same how you take that slice of cheese and put the fire under it. Y'all go try. You got that cheese at home. Go get that cheese and tell me if you burn it, see what it does. If it just if it just melt like wax, y'all need to throw that out and don't buy it no more. Don't buy it no more. But family, seriously, we need to get back to reading labels. I know you don't want to go in the store with grandma and grandpa, but you need to, because they need to learn too. Because I had a conversation with a family member. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my business out there. I had a conversation with a family member, and it was like a wake-up call to, yo, go ahead and answer the questions about the cheese. Go ahead and put it down and tell them, because a lot of us don't really relate cheese to dairy to cheese, because you don't see it's made. And like Viola, I know you may know, but I bet if you have the conversation with most of your people, like, cheese is not dairy, and I'd be like, then what is it? I mean, what is it? But a lot of us say, well, drinking regular milk is different from eating the cheese. If y'all believe that, I am so sorry, but this is why you having issues. This could be your root cause, because a lot of us, our bodies are not, absorbing the minerals and vitamins, and some of you not doing it because it's just, we just have to have a conversation. We just have a private call. Then I can tell you more. But I'm just overall talking about the cheese. Because like I said, I was having a situation, a conversation with a family member. And they was just saying that, we watching this TV. Y'all watching the TV. And we looking at these fake people because it's not a reality. And even that's kind of fake, these reality shows. And we listen to all these shows and we looking at all these specialists and this and that. And then we start believing stuff that we like, that common sense ain't making sense, but it's they saying it. So you hear it over and over and you hear it, and then we got a couple of doctors. Let's go over to the doctors. I had to go have the conversation with the doctor. And then I'm gonna tell you my story on me going to the doctor and be totally upfront and honest. And I can't believe I'm about to share this information. But I had this conversation with a family member, and they was just saying they didn't realize there's other alternatives to milk. And I'm like, then don't drink it. Then don't drink it. I was like, and don't eat any food that has it in there. Then they were like, how you know? And I'm like, hey, that's when we got to do our due diligence and read. And like, and family, these labels be twisted. You be like, X what? And you be like, whey, like, come on. You be ugh. And y'all know that whey is like the I can't say waste, but it's like the waste. And the cheese is like, the mold. And y'all know. Just some of us just want to just put it out there. A lot of us's cannot and should not eat cheese. So there, that's on the free cheese. And what I was saying, as far as, y'all reading the title, when I was talking about we need to be more nosy, and when to be nosy and how to be nosy, especially, our parents and our grandparents, they want their privacy. They got to give them their privacy. But at some point, family, we got to be nosy. We got to go, okay, so you up in age, and I'm not trying to be nosy about what's in your bank account, but I still need our elderly and some of us youngest, we need to have beneficiaries on our bank accounts. Beneficiaries, because you don't want to fight, and I'm just putting it out there because when you have the conversations, like sensitive conversations, like putting my business out there. I moved my mom. I was like, you can't live alone anymore. And I know she was very upset with me, and I'm just going to just share the story. But my mom was very upset with me. I was like, you can't live alone, because it's like they go to the doctor and they get all these medications. And family, y'all know we got people that just love their doctors, and their doctors can do no wrong. And look, y'all know I'm not a doctor. This is just my personal real life experience that I'm about to share. And whatever disclaimers that I need to put out there, I need to put out there. I'm getting a little calm down. But I just want to share this story. But anyway, I moved my mom because, when they take these medications and they sleepy all the time and they always having issues and they don't want to relate it to the medicine, and then you check it, you be like, wait a minute, what is this and what is that? That's the time to be nosy, because, and I get it, family, I get it. The only reason I'm having this conversation because I talked to my mom, and I was mad at all my mother's doctors. Let me just put it that way. I was so upset with all my mother's doctors. I was like, they ain't listening to you. They don't care. I had a serious attitude. I was like, I don't want to go none of your doctor's appointments because you don't want me to talk to them. And sometimes you have family members that don't want to listen to you because, granted, it's like, yeah, I'm retired military. I left the military with like 13 to 17 different medications. Y'all already know my story. You know my story. But anyway, I chucked them all. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I got my coat pulled by my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, Quasia. But anyway, family. So I was checking my mom, and she looked at me like, well, Viola, I already have a doctor. I said, I'm not being your doctor. I just want to sit down and see what all this is. So, anyway, the situation came up. I was in the car speaking to one of the clients because, my mother had a doctor's appointment. And I was speaking to a paid client. She called me, and we was on the phone just chatting. What's up, New York? She know who I'm talking about. We was on the phone speaking, and my mother wanted me to go into the doctor's appointment, right? And I'm looking at the doctor. I already had an attitude, family. I already had an attitude. I'm just going to be honest. I already had an attitude. But I went in. I told Miss B, I was like, I need to get off the phone because I see my mom outside and she's waving me in. I was so pissed. I don't know if it was the doctor came out or my mom. I think it was my mom that came out. Yeah, y'all know how sometimes you just dump things because it just pisses you off. And I'm speaking. I'm on the phone. I got off the phone. I got a phone. I said, "Look, I'm gonna call you later." And like I was telling my mom, I was like, I was on a paid call. I said I would take the call. And, granted, you gotta be respectful. Just go ahead and sometimes shut up. Sometimes you gotta shut up. But I already had attitude, family. Believe me, my my anger was way up here, family. It wasn't down here, it was up here because I was like, what is she gonna tell me? Ain't like I'm a doctor, I ain't no doctor. But I was just upset because I was looking at all the medications and I already moved my mom, who was comfortable living on her own, but she kept falling asleep. And we're talking about we dodged 3 fires. I know my podcast I said 2, but she just told me there was actually like 3. And I'm like, thank goodness I moved your butt out. I'm saying, I'm just gonna be honest. I was like, anyway, and it could be anything, family, but I just knew it was direct from medication. I don't care. Medication had her so sleepy, so jacked up, and I'm like, well, dang, what's really going on? But anyway, I got off the phone, went into the doctor. My mother, she was speaking to her heart doctor. Her heart doctor. So I can't share too much information, but it was her heart doctor that pulled me in there and was telling me I need to be in there for my mother's appointment. So I'm looking at her like I had an attitude. Look, anybody said anything, but anyway, I had an attitude. So I said, Viola, be open and just speak with her. So I put a smile on my face and I said, what? So I'm speaking to the lady. Yes, it was a sister. Hair just like mine, just a little bit darker. But I'm speaking to her, she educated. She got her PhD. She got her doctorate. And it wasn't that, family. It wasn't that. It was a point. I was upset because she has all this medication and no one's checking her medication. And every time I go to the doctor, it's like, let me up your medication. What about reducing it? So that's what I had attitude about. So this is a time to be nosy, another time to be nosy with your family. So I get it. I had to check myself. Like I calmed down, check myself. So I went in there, right? So she's telling me what I ain't doing and what I should be doing. And I'm looking at her like, you don't know the half because, and I'm not going to get too much deep in the story, but I had to check her because I told her we saying the same thing. And I'm going to leave it there. I said, we saying the same thing, doctor. But anyway, look. Anyway, because remember, I'm my mama's baby. I'm the baby. I'm the baby. I just got out the military. I got out the military with signal stuff. She like, when the herbalist, you'd have been doing that for less than 5 years and all this and this. And I'm like, okay, so I'll be the baby. So I was being the baby. But anyway, so we go in there. And I said, and look, family, this is another thing. This is a public safety announcement. Not even a safety. This is like a news flash. Please don't be scared to talk to your doctors. Do not be scared to talk to your doctor. Do not be scared to challenge your doctors. Remember, your insurance is paying them. I know y'all heard it before. Your insurance is paying them. And I had to say this. I was like, I just said, like I told her, it's like y'all nipping it, not nipping, but y'all just testing them for everything. Are you testing her for everything because she's elderly? Or are you testing her because she really needs these tests? Because I was like, how many colonoscopies do she need to have? How many mammograms she need to have? How many? And I was being spicy, because everybody think that, we got attitudes. No, I was, like I said, I was mad because of all the medication. So like I was speaking to the doctor and I'm like, so why she's on all this medication? And then the doctor, had to look, this epiphany look like, oh, she do care. And I'm like, why you think I didn't? That's the look I had on my face. I'm getting close to the camera. I was like, why you think I didn't care? And I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, family. So me and the doctor had it out, but it was a nice, cordial conversation. At first it was getting a little spicy because I was trying my best not to have an attitude. Because my mother sat there and said, she don't like none of my doctors. And I'm like, why did you tell her? This is personal stuff inside the house. Why you tell her that? And I'm like, And I'm telling my YouTube family, but I'm telling you guys because I need you guys to do the same thing to your family members, to your grandparents, to all this, because they're on medications. And I know they're supposed to go to the pharmacist, but why they got to go to the pharmacist to see what's wrong with these medications? Why the doctors don't know? Why they keep going out and they bringing another one? They shaking it. I got to get something for they shaking. They like, oh, and they be taking it faithfully, but they won't take the herbs. They put that down over there, but they won't take the herbs. Think about all the herbs. They even have them in the cabinet already, but they don't want to take it. But I'm going to stick it to, I got to keep it. Look, y'all know I be jumping to other subjects, and I'm trying to keep it the other subject just to continue the story. So the doctor looks at her medication because I was just livid with it. I was like, sometimes if whoever went with their parents to the doctor or their loved one and they got a bag, I mean a Ziploc bag. And family, hold on. The bag is bigger than this. Y'all know how it is. Come on. Let me move that to the side. The bag be bigger than this. Y'all see how big this bag is? The bag be bigger than this. And then they got this like this. And then they hold it this and you be wondering, what is that? And they be just carrying the medication. And then a lot of it should have been checked. When that's how many vitamins and minerals they should be taking. I'm a clown. It should be fruits and vegetables in there. I'm just going to say that because look, family, when my doctor sat down, when her doctor, not my doctor, keep it straight, Viola. When we sat down and the doctor was like, yes, she said my mother's last name. Not to say mother's last name, but y'all probably already know my mother's last name. But anyway, she said my mom's last name. She said, yeah, Angie. She was like, why you have 3 of the same medications? And we're talking about blood pressure. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, family. We're talking about the blood pressure area. She had three different damn medications. And I looked at her like, I ain't reading this shit. I ain't reading the medications. Because you talking about arthritis. So we're talking about mucus, the dairy, the cheese. We're talking about inflammation. Same thing, Dr. Sadie. The mucus, the root cause. You're not the gut be jacked up because y'all have bubble guts, losing your memory, having all these issues, and it's just be the mucus and the inflammation because we eating all this mucus causing stuff. So when I was talking about what the cheese is linked to, and I was trying to tell my mom, I was like, Mom, and look, sometimes we have to let them do themselves, and I am not criticizing, but when they're in pain, and then you have to care for them and take them, and you have to sit there and try to get to them some kind of way to do alternative milk. I get it, they love cereal. If that ain't sugar, I don't know. But we're talking about inflammation causing foods, and I don't like seeing my mom in pain. I don't. It cringes. Sometimes I'll just stay in the other room sometimes because I don't like seeing her in pain. And we had the conversation. We talked. And I know I'm talking too much information, but like I said, back to the heart doctor. The doctor checked herself and realized that she was on medications that she shouldn't have been on, that she should have been reduced of the dosage. Because I was like, well, why it seems like when we come, I told her, I was like, yeah, up the medications. You don't look at what she had. You don't really ask them questions, and you don't really sometimes tell them the truth because you're sugar coated. Y'all know that fake sugar, the fake sugar. Y'all can just take that sugar and then you sprinkling on some of the words so they can absorb it. I'm just trying to tell you, we telling our family members to keep eating the sugar instead of telling them to get the fruits and vegetables, to eat the fruit sugar and not the other sugar, especially my diabetes people. And I'm gonna say this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until we get it, family. If you already have diabetes and you don't have high blood pressure, if we taking that medication for years and years and years, I'm talking about 10, 15, sometimes it comes faster, 5 years, 10 years, and we're not changing our diet. I'm gonna say it again over and over. And I know I'm not a doctor, but We're talking about being experienced. I'm a mom, I'm an aunt, I'm a grandparents, a grandma. I see it. You see it. We see it in our community. We see it in our community, and we're not putting it together where's the dairy, but we're seeing it where they end up having kidney issues. Then they're on dialysis. You're like, what the hell? If they would have changed the medication, instead of telling, let's get a liver panel, let's get a kidney panel. Why we keep getting these panels instead of changing the medication? Yes, I'm a little livid because the medications, it's like that meme. I gotta laugh because I don't want to cry. And then it's like, I get it, I get it, I get it. Some of your family members don't want to hear it, but I'm speaking for my mom. I said we need to change the dairy, and like I said, sometimes she still buys the lactate milk. I still love her, but I still let her be because she's she passed 77, which I want to get 77. She passed 77, but family, the way the milk is now and what it was when she was a little girl is totally different. It totally different, you know. So if we read the labels, if we go back and read the fine print of stuff, it's changing. It's keep changing. It keeps changing. It keeps changing. But and that's what I meant. That's why I put the title. Sometimes we got to be nosy, and when the best time to be nosy. The best time to be nosy. Don't wait till after they leave this earth. We want to be nosy now. Especially when they have all this medication, they keep getting more medication. It's good to sit down with the doctor, not the pharmacist. I get it. I get it. The pharmacist. I get it. I get it. But even though we go to multiple, come on, when you get a prescription, they send you to the nearest, but sometimes maybe that one's closed, and they closing. Well, this pandemic then changed a whole lot of places where some places closed. This one's popping up. So you ain't going to the same pharmacist. You ain't going, and sometimes the pharmacists don't even have time. What they should have, let's be honest, they should have a hotline like right there in the doctor's office or whatever, where they reading. I think they should have an herbalist, a master herbalist, or alternative at these places. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, family. It's a lot of us coming up. Keep taking Kareem's herbalism course or whatever courses, fam. That's a note. But they should have a place to where they're going over your medication. Yeah, I know the doc, they be busy. Y'all be too busy because you got like 5 minutes, you got like 30, 40 minutes with the nurse, but you got a few minutes with the doctor. But I'm just saying that because it's TMI, fam. TMI. But I don't like I said, I don't like seeing my mom in pain. But they be having all these medicine bag and they be full, and then they adding more to the trick bag, more. They just added more, and you're like, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. We gotta change this. We gotta change this, family. We gotta change this because I was like, don't come in here with more. I need you to have less. And then especially okay, so bottom line, if you right now have a grandparent or a mom or a dad or your kids taking a vitamin D and they say they're vitamin D deficient, right there should tell you. So be like, right there should tell you, because it's not just vitamin D they need. I know I keep saying it's not just vitamin D they need. They can take all the vitamin D they need. It ain't going to do anything unless they're getting that magnesium and calcium. Period, across the board, family. And then if the dosage is wrong, I'm just saying from my own personal experience, because they already said I will be walking with a cane by the time I'm 55. Family, I'm 55, and I can walk fast now. I can sprint a little bit. You know how you speed walk, and after a while it hurts, but the fact that I can speed walk, that's all that matters. Because I ain't wearing not until it's my time. Till it's my time to be on those to be on that to have that cane. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, I said let me just do this live. I don't know if anybody got any questions, but I said let me just do this live because if y'all don't realize that free cheese, yeah, y'all be like, what's with the free cheese? When I was growing up, we got free cheese. I know they still giving out free cheese. But we still got to realize that us family, most of us are lactose intolerant. So Next time you look at cheese, be like, is it really bothering me? Is it bothering me? And then don't buy it. That's all I'm saying. So I done messed up my notes. I had my notes, but I was so aggravated. I was like, man, I don't know. It's just that, when you have love for your family, especially your parents, and you don't want them to leave before their time. You want them to go in natural causes. And I know sometimes they don't want to hear the hell what you got to say. They don't. They don't. They look at you, the little kid. You need to go sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. But when you experience the pain, and when you experience that knee pain, that aching, that inflammation, that arthritis, y'all know arthritis. When you experience that arthritis, you can relate to your parents when they sitting in there and they hurting. You can relate to them. I know they don't want to hear it. When they don't want to hear it, then you just back away. Sometimes you gotta let them go. But I just said, Mom, look, I love you. Let's just take some turmeric. Let's a couple of ginger shots. Because we'll be out here walking. I get her to go walking because I know, you know, just because she having heart issues, she still needs to work that muscle. She still needs to get her body up a little bit and bring it back down, because look, we still need to breathe in and breathe out, because family, if you don't stretch, and if you're not moving your body, if we just be in a couch potato, you will hurt. You will hurt getting up, because your body be like, I ain't used to that. Come on, get back to being a kid again. They can still be a kid, get out there and play. I ain't saying they got to jump double dutch, but we still should be just walking. All I'm asking is to walk, and to look. I done messed up my place, but they just need to walk, and give them some tea. And then if you do have the ones that don't want to hear you, then you just gotta let them go, leave them alone. Let them be. They live past 77. It ain't far about living past 77. It's just that our food is totally different from their foods. Our food's totally different from their foods. I just can't find my notes. But anyway, family, it's totally different from when they was little to when we little. So it's just that we just gotta do our due diligence, just do a little bit more. But cheese, nah, no, it's still dairy unless you're making your own cheese, because there's so many recipes. No, I don't have a recipe for you, but I know it's made with nutritional yeast. It's made with carrots, cashews, and potatoes, white potatoes, and some people put yams in it, and y'all can go. There's so many vegan. Look, there's so many recipes online. Just like y'all looking at me live, there's so many live people on YouTube live showing you how to cook, showing you exactly what to do, how to do, because your body absorb a potato, an apple, a banana quicker to do that fake cheese. It will. Your body loves, you know, excuse me, carrots. Your body wants that. Your body wants the water, but your body wants living water. Your body wants create living foods, especially plant based. Now, like I said, if you want to eat the pasta and the grains and the whole wheats, it's fine, but just do it as a minimum, because those are the exact things. The only reason why I said the exact things that's causing you issues. And people are like, it runs in the family. It runs in the family because we eat the same. And I say this over and over again. I'm going to keep saying it. So a lot of times you look at my live and be like, well, you're saying the same thing. I am, but I'm not, because I just need to reach more people, because I need to reach more people, because I was like, man, if y'all don't know what the cheese is doing to you, baby, I was like, wait a minute now. Because when I read that, I just wanted to show it to you. I was like, man, I cannot believe that we don't know that the cheese, the free cheese, and the only reason I keep saying free cheese, because y'all know how it is. When we get some free, be like, go get that. Especially when we low on money and ain't got no money for food. Especially, I know these times. These times, you be like, Viola, I'm gonna keep the cheese. Yes, I don't mind you storing the cheese and keeping it, and use that as the bartering. Barter with somebody. Barter with people who's not lactose intolerant. That's all I'm saying. Who's not lactose intolerant. Because a lot of 95% of us are. 95% of us are. Because if you having the bubble guts and diarrhea, and you wondering, why am I foggy? What is going on? And you ruled out everything, but you didn't check the milk. You didn't check the dairy. Yeah, yeah, it's like that, family. It's like that. And the only reason why I was talking about the insurance, not the insurance policy, but that too, that too, being nosy. But be nosy. Make sure that when our parents leave here, and not saying you worrying about how can I put it? It's not you worrying about who getting the money. You're worrying about that the wrong people don't get it. Like not your family. Y'all know how it stays in the bank and the bank keeps it. Y'all know that. Y'all ain't hear these stories. It's too many stories out here, but there's no beneficiary. Just make sure there's a beneficiary and make sure the person you put on there is reliable, because we got to have trustworthy people. We have that trustworthy people, and it's just a lot of us. We just, and I'm speaking from experience, because when you take the role of, now that our parents or our grandparents get of age, sometimes they lose their mind. You be like, but your mind was sharp. Then we got to think about, was it the dairy? I got to keep, well, only reason why I'm keep saying dairy, 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 because a lot of us, that's the exact same thing that's hurting you. That's it. And I'm gonna repeat myself. It's in everything. Go. If you go out and read half these boxes, it'll say may contain milk, or it say contains milk. Yeah, and it'll just say milk. You already know it's the cow. It'll say milk, eggs. It'll say wheat. It'll say soy. Now, if y'all go and look at the soy and look at the estrogen, everything is high in estrogen, and our hormones are jacked up. I mean, oof, it's just a lot of us. And special note to my menopausal women, I can see you exercising, just briskly walk. It's just that our estrogen, some of us, our estrogen level is going down. The cortisol is up there, and you are stressed. Maintain your hormones and you'll be all right, baby. You're gonna be all right. We just got to maintain our hormones. A lot of it's just so many different things that's going on in our body, and it's what we put in our body. And when we force, like I said, if you keep forcing the cheese, keep forcing the dairy, your body's gonna react. You're gonna get several autoimmune disorders, several autoimmune diseases, how they put it. It's just disorders, diseases. Get them out. Discontinue. That's all I'm saying. Discontinue, because we put stuff in our body and we be forcing it. Because it tastes good. I know. I get it, family. I get it. We want cheese on everything. You know, we want cheese on everything. You know, and sometimes we just gotta oh do an alternative. Try another type of cheese. Try the cashews. Try the cashews. I know a lot of people like, I can't eat cashews. Now you see what's going on in your body. You're learning, because that's what I want you to do. You're learning. Your body is telling you, stop taking this shit. It's like your body be like, this is your body. Your body's talking to you. Your body's talking to you. And the fact that, and I part of the email, the lady was saying how she can't eat cashews. That's the only reason why I said it, but she can take milk a little bit. But at what level is a little bit when you're messing up your intestines? Now, if you don't understand how important your intestines is, I mean vital. You cannot live without your intestines, just like you can't live without blood. But what you're putting in your blood, ugh, it's what you're putting in there. You're putting all this inflammation, and you're wondering why your body got all this mucus, and you wonder why I have this and MS. MS is running rapid. High blood pressure is running rapid. It says it has a direct link. You're hearing about schizophrenia. You're hearing about arthritis, diabetes, and I'm gonna say it over and over. It says a direct link to dairy. That's the only reason why I threw the free cheese in there, because they too quick to give us some free cheese. We so quick to get that free cheese and don't realize what it's doing. Because I love a grilled cheese sandwich. I mean, I used to love that. They even sell them in restaurants now, grilled cheese. But we can't eat it. We can't eat it, family. We can't eat it. I know I'm on this high horse about some cheese, but yes, Yes, they do. I'm reading about the power of attorney. You do need a power of attorney. But if you are a beneficiary family, clearly get this when you're a beneficiary, because you know, like I said, when we're being nosies and we taking our parents and we're taking our grandparents, it's a big responsibility. But we need to have the conversation, be adults, be adult with this, have the conversation. You got to get a power of attorney, get a power of attorney. If you have, and then don't be where, come on, I'm gonna say this nice and nice. Don't be where somebody's like at their deathbed and then they just say want to live, and then you be like, no, we're gonna keep them on this medication that's making them worse. So if you, I look, a lot of times, we let them, sometimes, I don't try to argue with my mom. I don't try to argue with family members about taking medications. I don't. All I ask is, hey, have a conversation with your doctor. Don't be scared to have the conversation. Don't be scared to challenge them and say, hey, can we look at something else? Can we look at something else? Because sometimes this medication is making us sleepy. Sometimes medication is making us so sleepy that we don't have a normal function life. They can't drive. So it's severely hurting their livelihood, just basic, just sitting down watching TV. Yeah, I already know. Come on, you sit down and watch your parents, or they get up in age. Like I said, my mom would be 80. Their attention span to watch TV is because of the medication, puts them to sleep. And you're like, damn, they're always sleeping. You're like, how's that a good quality of life? I'm talking about a good quality of life. They should be vibrant. They should be outside, playing, enjoying, just not sleep all the time. Not sleep all the time. And then we should be reducing the medications. And I get it. Yeah. It's about the money. But anyway, little that's a whole other video, and it's not gonna be this video. But I said it. But we just want them to reduce the medications. That's it. I just want to reduce, because like what I said, when I went in there with the doctor and she was telling my mother was on 3 different types of blood pressure medication, I'm like, and then the fact that, huh, how can I put this? It's the fact that y'all know when we borderline diabetic, or borderline high blood, she'd be like, well, why are we taking a medication if we borderline? Can you just tell me how to be on this side that my numbers are getting better instead of getting worse? I mean, y'all get. Cause I'd be like, if you're borderline, that don't mean you are. But family, these tests, like I said, you take a test. The test is not for us and our blood type, for us and our blood type, it's for them, but it's just the point of what is our range. Can you tell me what my range is? Because you always want to tell me what my range is for my pain level. You think my pain level is here. When it's here, I don't think, what the hell? But anyway, I had to throw that in there. But we we need to know our levels, So when I know I'm not diabetic, or about to get diabetes or high blood pressure or MS or whatever, it just kind of like ticked me off a little bit. But I'm gonna laugh because I'm be like, yeah, you think you got me. I'm gonna keep taking my herbs. Like I take the Digest Wise, because I've got the leaky gut. But anyway, yeah. And I do have my mom taking most of the stuff that I offer. I just, coasted to her. Like she got the black seed oil, and she's taking the cayenne pepper, purple sage. I make sure she gets that. We purchased it so far. My mom with me almost through 2-3 years, and we purchased just 2 times. And that's how long it lasts. That's what I'm saying. Y'all think if y'all get that 2 ounce or the 1 ounce of peppers, cayenne pepper, you think it goes fast? No, it lasts a while. It all depends on your issue. My mother has a heart issue. I want to make sure her circulation is on point. So I'm making sure that she has the cayenne pepper. I'm just making sure she has that. Because yeah, she has the nitroglycerin. I'd be like, side effects. Because when you have them complain about being constipated, and you be like, they bloated, you be like, wait a minute, why are you so much discomfort? Osteoporosis, the arthritis doctor, when she told me she had an arthritis doctor, I know I'm telling TMI, but I was like livid. I was like, a whole doctor. And I was like, I know I'm cutting up, family, but TMI. I know I probably got to delete this live. I'm telling too much of my business, but when it's, your family, be like, and what they tell you, because so it wasn't recently until, like I told you, a family member came back and the doctor finally told them this, maybe you need to cut out meat. And I'm like, oh, what? And I'd be looking like, and I don't want to say I told you so, but I'd be like, because I'm worried about your clogged arteries. I'm worried about, they said you got the high blood pressure. They said you're borderline diabetic. They keep saying this and they saying that. And so family, yeah. So that's why I had the wild hair on my ass and went live in the middle of a hump day. It's Wednesday, family. And I was like, let me talk. Because I'm reading them emails and they talking about some cheese. And yeah, I don't mind going live, family. But sometimes I just talk too much because I be like rolling my neck and be like having an attitude. But it's just talking real. But I had something else to talk about. I got to find my notes, family. If y'all don't mind. If y'all got questions, I answer the questions. But it it just baffles me. But anyway, it's like different times when because we don't want to put our family members in a home. We don't. And that's like the hardest decision anybody has to make. The hardest decision. I can see if, they lost their mind and they don't remember you and they need a facility, because sometimes you can't take care of them. Then it's the weight of them. We can't carry them. We can't lift them. Then with our jobs and your life, and it's like a whole big, and that is a conversation for the family to have, and it's an important conversation. But make sure that you ask all the right questions, because those are definitely the family meetings that we should have, family. Because I talked to my brother. I was like, mom had another fire and I'm not comfortable. I was like, mm-mm. And my brother was like, what about her, her personal. I'm like, look, she mama too, but you got to have the conversation. And it's just having a conversation, family. Bottom line, it's just having a conversation. And then it's are you capable? Are you able? Like, I'm retired, so the fact that I'm retired and I'm not active anymore, and I ain't gonna just pick up and go and deploy and all this other stuff. I can't. I am home, so I am the better choice. Even though it messes up a little bit of your life, but I'm not gonna talk too TMI, but it's just sometimes, I know she hearing me. I know you hear me. She walked past the door. But it's just having a conversation, family. It's just having a conversation. It's being real with yourself, because when there's a fire and you don't want, who wants to die? That's a horrible way to die. Dying before your time is just horrible. She's still got a whole life to live. She's still here, still viable. I got her walking. She has less pain, less constipation. Because I'm working on them doctors to get her no medication. I just gonna be honest. I'm just being totally honest. I'll be like, you want some more turmeric? I'll go and make her some turmeric tablets real quick, because I do that. I'd be like, mm-mm. And I'd be putting extra stuff in there. I put extra stuff in there. And when y'all see me making them smoothies, the little ones be for her. Because look, family, when you messing with these herbs, family, and they on medication, y'all already know it's a 3-hour window. And then sometimes we have to be real careful, because they'll take a pill and you don't know it. And you have to make sure that you be like, did you take that pill? And they be like, no, I ain't have pill in 3 hours. And then you got to ask the question like 3-4 times. And wait, family. Make sure you guys wait 30 minutes later and say, hey, did you take that? Yeah, I took about 30 minutes ago. You'll be like, yeah, thank goodness you saved yourself, because I ain't messing with the herbs and these medications. Nope. I'm not messing with these herbs and medication, because you're not going to have me in somebody else's crap behind some bar. Nope. I ain't playing that. Nope. But y'all know what a apothecary is. And family, if you've seen my videos, y'all know what apothecary is, because I got it all up in this house. My mother's her cabinet where she has her meds, is getting lower and lower. And I can be proud that when I spoke with the doctor, she removed 4 medications. She removed four, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, four medications. And she was, I'm telling too much in my mouth. And she was the one that told Mark, you need to be eating no meat. You need to try it. You need to try it. Because let me tell y'all, when we are having heart issues, come on now, if you're having clogged arteries and plaque buildup and all that other stuff, the meat and a lot of this pasta stuff, all we're doing is clogging up our arteries and we're hurting ourselves. And then we're wondering why high blood pressure and all this other stuff comes up. That, that's you worrying about a stroke, you worrying about an embolism, you worrying about so much stuff. And family, it's real. So it's real. And I just want to make sure that you guys are having a conversation. You being nosy, you in there like, grandma, I ain't being nosy, but I'm being nosy because I want to know what is all this medication and what's your issues. And look, we give them that privacy. We give them that privacy, but just make sure that those medicines combine with each other. Because a lot of the medications don't combine. Sometimes you need to be taking medication way in the morning and take something way at night. But sometimes, that when they get up in age and they eating this dairy and it's linked to schizophrenia, you be like, and dementia and Alzheimer's, it's linked. So if it's linked, family, then we wonder why they be like, oh, I remember. And then all of a sudden they be like asking you a question, be like, wait a minute. Why are you telling me 3 times? And like me and my mom was walking, I promise you, family. Me and my mom was walking. I'm like, we'll we walking, looking at houses, and she'll say the same thing like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, Mom, you remember you just said that? And she's like, stop trying to diagnose me. I'm like, I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure your mind is sharp. Because sometimes I be throwing questions in there just to keep my mind sharp. I don't know if y'all do that, family. I don't know, but I be doing it. She be like, stop. She be like, stop. I be like, no, I love you too much. No. And she know I would ask different questions and stuff like that. And I'd be like, I got to make sure you all here. I can't find them notes for me. I should have tabbed it. This book is so full. I should have tabbed it. But anyway, do anybody got any questions? And can you relate? Don't you worry about your family members, don't you? Especially your mom, your dad. And come on, we know grandma and granddaddy. It hurts so bad when they leave, and you be like, man, you've missed that wisdom. You have nobody to talk to, Then sometimes you be want a date night. You want a variety of people to be able to take care of your kids. Because when you got that grandma and that grandma love, and they be humming and soothing and and making you feel good and be that healing. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I better remember this healing and this humming and these frequencies. But that's a whole other video, family, because I was talking about this free cheese. If you're lactose intolerant, even if they tell you you're lactose intolerant, don't take that free cheese. I'm sorry, fam. I be cutting up. Anybody have any questions? Because man, and like she's talking about your mom peace, you want them to have peace. When they at this age, they should be enjoying life, having no pain and able to ride a bike, out here walking, out here with their family, their friends. You don't want to see them on a cane or crutches or with surgery, especially when they fall and hurt themselves. You want them to be able to get up and say it's just a bruise and they fine instead of it's a break. You know, you don't want them falling. You don't want them falling at all. But they are elderly, and sometimes their eyes, they have issues with their eyes. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's just that it doesn't have to be. If we pass this message, and I mean to all our family members, all that just don't realize that cheese is the dairy cow. Some of the cheese is fake and some of the cheese is killing you. It's just straight killing you. I be like, and I ain't trying to scare you, but y'all already know. If it's linked, it's linked. It's linked. Y'all, if you go on Google right now, or not even Google, if you go on Bing, and I'm tired of people talking about Google, if you just research it. Matter of fact, go to your author, go to the arthritis doctor and ask him what is linked to. Go sit down and speak to them, especially the heart doctors, And speak to the morticians. That's what they are, the morticians, the one that be doing the autopsy. Speak with them too. I know y'all be like, Viola, you cutting up, but I'm just saying, because a lot of us, we gotta get that common sense and be like, wait a minute, did you just say that? Did you not just hear me talk about the inflammation? Did y'all not see what Dr. Sabi done told us, and it's filtering down? That's why you know about CMOS now, and you know about all this other stuff, and about the blood and the mucus, and yeah, a lot of times they want us to shut up and don't want us to speak, and but I'm gonna run my mouth and tell you, that's why I be doing a podcast. I'm doing them daily now. I'm back to daily. I was doing like 1 to 3 times a week because it was getting a bit much, but I was like, nope, I'm getting a lot of emails. I'm quicker to do a podcast versus coming on live. Live takes a lot. Live takes a lot. Like right now, I'm rearranging my office, and I'm trying to get things situated. I got the carpets shampooed, and I was like, let me get stuff straight. Let me just go ahead and go live, because I just wanted to talk to you about this free cheese and when to be nose guy. And I'm seeing if there's any other questions, because yeah, it's y'all know. Y'all know. And it's not just your mom, it's your dad too. Because like we're gonna say, men are stubborn, they don't want to get checked out. Then you hear later, oh, they had a stroke or whatever, and it's like that midsection. Okay, so I don't have any. Hold on, let me see. Let me take this glass. So I'm gonna take this glass. Y'all see this the and I'm speaking of your gut. I just want to speak of your gut. Y'all see this thing right here? So just the diameter. Y'all see how small this hole is, right, family? You see how small this hole is? So just think about your intestines. So our intestines, and I'm gonna get a bigger thing, because I should have bought the other one. Should have got the other one. But anyway, family, let's talk about the intestines. Now, and I'm speaking about my loved ones. I love you guys, but let's talk about the intestines. Y'all know y'all gut health, right? So when we eat, especially dairy, and we lactose intolerant. I'm speaking to my lactose intolerant people who have issues with dairy and your body can't process it. These are people talking about me. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't eat the cheese. I get bubble guts. Sometimes it'll be one day, 2 days, it'll be the third day. It'll take me out. I'm just being honest. I don't know what your level is. Maybe one day, some people 2 hours, some people 3 hours, some people 3 days until they get hit with the cheese. They're like, ooh, and we run into the bathroom. So we're talking about the intestines. I know I'm just gonna. I know we passed an hour, but I'm just gonna talk, and I know I should do another video, but no. So our intestines is about this small, right? But we steady putting more and more stuff in our bodies, in our intestines. We're just eating. Our intestine starts getting full like this. It starts getting bigger, then it gets bigger. Now, men, because a lot of men got the bellies, and I'm telling you, if you got skinny arms and skinny legs, and you're pushing your intestines to be this big, family. You're actually taking maybe something that's maybe what's a quarter, it's a quarter, and then we're forcing all this stuff, and we got so much bile in our colon. We are taking something as the size of a quarter, because your intestines can fit a grapefruit, a nice sized grapefruit. Then we wondering why we're bloated. Now, if our bodies is like a snake, like, so then we wondering why we're bloated. We're bloated because we're just eating so much. Our body is not processing. We're constipated. So that's what I was worried about with my mom. My mom was always bloated and always constipated. And then, I have other family members that, I speak with, and they really don't understand. They be thinking that it's their belly, like their stomach. And I'm like, if you know where your stomach is versus where your intestines is, that is your colon that's full. And I mean full, family. So imagine having at least 3 inches or 3 feet Forget the inches, but 3 feet of bowel. So your instead of your intestines being this wide, it's this wide. And that's what's going with a lot of our family members. And then when I be saying death begins with a clogged colon or impacted colon, that's why, family. This is exactly what the issue is. So when you're eating this dairy, when you're eating the cheeses, this is what you're causing. But you're wondering why your body is not absorbing or breaking it down. Because, like I said, I don't know how many medications our family members are on. The fact that my mother was on more than 10 medications, the fact that she was on more than 20 medications, then y'all wondering why I was so pissed off and had attitude. And they said that she had a vitamin D deficiency. See, I know I'm telling TMI, I might delete this video, but that's what I was so angry about. So when we look at our moms and we look at our dads, especially our grandparents, especially our men, and they have these stomachs, and the stomach is, look like they're 9 months pregnant. We have to realize what we're doing to our colon. We have to realize what we're doing to our colon, family. And as it's sitting in there, your body's reabsorbing the toxins or poisons, and your toxin in your blood. And then you slowly don't realize when you're getting maybe some gangrene or some toxic poisons going somewhere. And it's going somewhere, family. It's going somewhere. Then we have this toxic waste. We're impacted. We have all this issues. All in Then they wonder how uric acid develop. I'm just throwing different things out there because our family members have more than like two issues. If you sit down and speak with your mom or your dad or your grandparents, it seems like they have more than two issues. And it's either high blood pressure or what? No, I would say out of three. It'd be heart, it'd be a heart issue. It'd be their, diabetes. You hear diabetes or high blood pressure. You'll hear either some of them. Then you hear cancer, then you hear MS, we hear so many. And then when they have more than one, when they end up having high blood pressure, diabetes, and they, you hear them saying they may have schizophrenia or they may have dementia. You be like, wait, I heard that guy. I heard Herbalist Viola saying something about some cheese, and then you see that cheese on your plate, it make you want to slap the plate. No, don't do that, family. Don't do that. But it just makes you want to do something. And remember, they're past their age. They're past 77. They got there because the food's different. So I just want to make sure I throw that in there. Throw that in there. But all I'm saying is the medications. I'm just saying sometimes that's when you got to be nosy. I just want to clean it up a little bit. Clean it up. That's when we want to just go back and speak to the doctor and have the doctor, because let me tell you, they're not going to listen to us. There's some, it depends on your relationship. But they rather listen to the doctor. That's why we have to sit down with the doctor and says, look, doc, my grandfather, my papa, whatever you want to call, he just sits and, he's like a zombie. What's up? And then y'all go and read the medication, and some of it says sleep, some of it interact. And, you can't give them any herbs because they're taking pills like every 2 to 3 hours. And then when they're overlapping, like, y'all know back in the day, because I know I was wrong for this. What time it is? I know I'm talking too much, but back in the day, I remember my daughter, Deidre, had ear infection. And when they got the fever, you're supposed to overlap Tylenol and Advil. Who used to do that? Y'all remember that? And you'd be like, what the heck? What? I was thinking about that. And I was like, man. Then I think about all the antibiotics. Y'all get me? All the antibiotics and the steroids. The roids. Don't even get me on them roids. And I ain't talking about hemorrhoids. I'm not talking about them steroids that really jack them up. And yeah, I think I should end the video because I don't need to be running my mouth way too much. But y'all know how I feel. Yeah. But look, family, I know I've been running my mouth, and I'm going to do probably a part 2 because I got to find my notes because there's some things that I wanted to say that I didn't say. But yes, did anybody have any questions on the topic with the free cheese and, being nosy, when to be nosy in the family? Because that's when to be nosy in the family. Sit down, make sure they have it. Because there's a lot of people, not, I can say a lot. But there's people that's right now in the dialysis machines and they ain't nothing wrong with their kidneys. Nothing. There's people that's having cancer treatments. They ain't got cancer. I'll be like, how you got misdiagnosed? How you got some good insurance? They got some insurance. But I'm an in now family. I'm an in now. But look, I'm Herbalist Viola. I care about you guys. Keep sending me the emails. Keep sending me emails. Get me talking a little bit. And y'all go check out my podcast if you can. If you on, I just want you to like the video. Definitely like the video and share people. You ain't got to share this video, but tell them what I said. Just tell them what I said. Tell them. And then have them research it. And please, family, read them labels. I don't know if you want have the patience with your grandma, your granddaddy, read or just go shopping for them. And then when they come in and you bring different food, they be like, I ain't eating that. But just tell them, remember when I was a little kid and you made me eat it? No, don't do that. Don't do that. But just make something different, make it fun, some kind of way, because they're gonna hate you. They're gonna hate you, but like, I ain't eating that. They gonna be like, I ain't eating that. You trying to kill me? You be like, no, Pa, I actually want you to here longer. But we do have family members that be like, my husband been gone 10 years or whatever. I'm tired. I'm ready to go. Yeah, I get that. I can say all the things that I hear. We spending time with our family members. They say things. You be like, and they be like, I gotta die something. I can't stand that. I be telling my mom, don't say that. I like I said, I'm telling Tim. I be like, don't say that. I said, I want you here. I want you here for Rain. When Rain get, married, Rain 4 months. Oh, she be 5 months Friday. She be 5 months on Friday, my grandbaby. But anyway, I'm like, I want you here when Rain, you got enough 20 years. You got another 20 years. I tell them, you got another 20 years. Because you can get to 100. She just, matter of fact, she'll be 79. So I can say she'll be 79. So, and I'd be like 80. Because look, that's what I want to talk about, fam. That's what, see, I keep running my mouth. I ain't finished yet, fam. I ain't finished yet. I still got some more to say. I got more to say. Okay, we need to help our family members, just our elderly, because my mom phone rings so much and it be pissing me off because they scamming them and they scamming our elderly like there's no tomorrow. So please, family, take the time to help your grandparents to not say yes when they answer the phone. Just make sure they just say hello. And I'm just saying this because so many people get scammed. Because when they say yes, on the end of that phone call is a bot that takes some information and be locking them to a contract. Ain't that some bullshit? I said it. I think it's bullshit. I think they need to fix these robot calls, but they be locking them in contracts. My mother be coming to me telling Viola, they told me I got a student loan. I'm like, a student loan? I said, Ma, when the last time you went to school? She was like, back in was my mother's born in 40. She said back in the 50s. I was like, and what student loan you got? I said college was just $2,000. It was 500. I think college was $500 back then, a whole semester. Now it's like 30,000. Back then, mother was 500. I was like, Mom, you ain't got no college. What are you talking about? She said, well, they locked me in. But please check your family members with their phones and cell phones, especially when they mashing. I get so frustrated hearing these people tell my mom, and they are scams are out there, and it's big time. I don't know if anybody can contest this. I know I've been talking a lot, but I just wanted to. That's another way to be nosy because they get on the phone. And yeah, I know sometimes our elderly they get bored and they just have the conversation to whoever's on the phone. But it's just you just want them to get locked in. Yeah, I know you already heard this conversation before, but it's worse now, family. It is worse now because now with the crypto and all this, they be locking them into stuff that they don't even know what they're talking about. I remember mom be talking about she got electric bill. I was like, what electric bill you got in Maryland? I'm like, you didn't sign up for no electric bill. They was trying to scam out for $135. And she was gonna pay it. I was like, ah, that's how she is. She feel if she made a bill, she's gonna pay. And I'd be like, don't do that. I was like, don't do that. I said, don't do that. I said it was a scam, and yeah. So y'all just check their phones. Be careful. And some of them, man, they be on these phones and they be on social media trying. But there's a lot of scam artists out there. And look, I get it. Everybody trying to make money, but Don't be calling my mom and be trying to get in some crap that she ain't make no bill and all this other stuff. Be like, ugh. But that's all I wanted to say, family. Because it's gonna get worse soon if they do get this one currency and it's be on crypto. Imagine your mama. Imagine your 70, 80 year old. Some of us, our parents was hip on this, on these apps and all this other stuff. But my mom should have a hard time, like sometimes with the TV. She used to the cable box and one remote control. She ain't used to these apps and taking the phone and having your phone connect to your TV where you controlling your TV. They don't know all that stuff. They should be teaching a class and you know another time to get the younger kids and to teach them. But anyway, fam, all I'm saying is have a little patience, have more patience because I'm learning. I am learning patience because sometimes I'm like, but I'm learning patience. I'm learning patience, and I'm sit there and tell her, Mom, please stop saying yes. They be like, hello, and they be like, yes. Don't say yes. Just keep telling them say hello and just saying no. They say hello and no. That's perfect because you don't want them to lock in no contracts. Yes, the scammers. They scam the elderly like there's no tomorrow, especially all these gadgets that they don't need. You come to the house, they done got all these QVC, like, man, you don't even need that. You be like, they be buying stuff for the grandkids that clothes that they should have sent off a year, and the clothes is too small and they got to give the Goodwill. Come on. That's the thing. I be like, man, you don't need no credit card right now. Nope. I be taking shopping. I be like, no, we don't need that. She'll be like, let me go buy some more tall tissue. I said, we definitely don't need more tall tissue. But I just be trying to show her, use your money to have a little bit of fun. Go to the movies or something like that. But she'll just be, but y'all know they got the biggest hearts, and we just got to make sure they don't get scammed. I just want to say this: the scammers are out there, and if your grandma is 70, no, above 80, and she talking about she just signed up for crypto. Yeah, she's on somebody else's wallet because you didn't show her what to do. So family, I make sure show them the patience. Show them the patience. And for my men, I want your colon like this. I don't want your colon like this. And some of my women, let's check that. Let's check your belly. Because that's not your belly. That's your intestines. And a lot of us got so much poop because y'all see how skinny I am. When I went and got my colon cleaned out, I still had stuff in there. I mean, I'm gonna be totally honest. I had stuff in there. And I'd rather you hear with no pain than you hear suffering. Because a lot of us suffering in silence. A lot of us don't even know what's going on. Whew, but it's good to find out what's going on. But I just want to throw that in there. Like, I'm over time, but I want to ask that anybody have any questions. I know I'm gonna get ready to get off. Thank you. Thank you, BJ. Brenda, I appreciate you. I appreciate you listening to my podcast. But y'all know I be cutting up in the podcast. That's why I'm trying to go live. I feel comfortable mainly on the podcast than going live because YouTube's tripping, family. Let's just talk about YouTube. YouTube won't really share your videos, and we can't really speak about health because we're not a doctor. We're not a doctor, but I can talk about my experiences. That's why I'm trying to share more of my stories, but I don't want to share too much stories where my mother mad at me, my family. Why are you talking about your mama like that? It ain't really talk about my mom, but it's sometimes we need to have the discernment that someone's not out to hurt you. We're out here to make sure you're all right. That's the bottom line. We're here because we love you. We care about you. We want the best for you. We want you here tomorrow. We don't want to, you fall asleep at the wheel or cooking. And, that's the thing I worry about. That's the thing. I know she mad because I won't let her drive my car. I won't. I'd be like, no, no, that's just me. Y'all can say what y'all want. I'll put in the Uber quick. I'll be in the Uber quick. But I don't want her hurting someone else. And not saying she's a bad driver. I just don't trust. Like, she don't be trusting me sometimes. I be like, I know I'm cutting up family. I'm telling too much TMI, but y'all know how it is. It's time to keep stuff personal and private, but some things we need to share our experiences because a lot of us going through that very same thing right now. A lot of us are going through some heartache. about decisions you have to make. Make it make informed decisions, but don't put your feelings in it. It's like, fuck them feelings, stick with the facts. I know I should be cussing on this thing, but I'm telling you, facts over feelings every day. I mean, every day. So, look, family, that's all. That's all I have. That's all I have. I keep looking down. I love you guys. Look, until maybe Friday. I'm not really sure, but I may do a video Friday. I may go live a little bit later on the day, family, because I know that, like, why you keep going so early in the morning? It's better because, little thing. I know I keep doing to talk about YouTube. Though. It's better to go early in the morning because sometimes you go in the evening, you get all this nonsense, and I be like, I be dodging some people. Some people, they just see it later. Because sometimes it be jerks. They come in here, they disrupt, and I don't have time for that. Just like y'all see on Herbis Kareem's, on his, every time he does a video, there's this bot that comes in there telling you about crypto, and that's not him. It's not him. I got 6 texts yesterday. Matter of fact, not yesterday. I got 2 yesterday, and I got, like, in the last week. People will text me and it says, "Hey, uh is this Herbis Kareem talk on WhatsApp?" No, that's not him. So I can say that, that's my brother. He ain't got no WhatsApp, and he ain't gonna reach out to you about no crypto. Especially when that's not the video. If his videos are telling you about saving money in crypto, why would y'all answer to that? I'd be like, if that's not common sense, and look, I know my brother is big on crypto, but he's not gonna reach out to WhatsApp. Just like if y'all don't hear from my mouth, and if you don't get it from my email, it ain't me. I be like, do y'all not see when people scam? And I know the information sounds so real, and I know a lot of people like, I just want to hear, I want to speak to Herbis Kareem, but do it the right way. Have him tell you and have him send you the email versus you getting this person that comes up and be talking about a totally different subject. I mean, I get it. I get little messages. And I know I shouldn't, like they say, YouTube, you don't want to block people, but I be blocking people. I'm like, I don't want to have sex with you, and yeah, they be in there talking about some stupid stuff, be selling, and I don't want to rent no woman or buy no woman, and that's what I get on my comments, and I be like, yeah, I know, TMI, but why YouTube don't clean that shit up? I be like, why y'all don't clean it up? Just like Instagram is full of crap, and yeah. Because y'all know my Instagram got hacked. I know I'm telling TMI, this is just me venting, just about the free cheese, just me venting. But it's like, dang, And I know a lot of us, it's just like, we get bombarded. Like I was talking on my podcast yesterday, we get so bombarded for all this blah, this information, all this stuff. But we still like thirsty for knowledge. We be like, I just need to know step by step. That's when you gotta go to those courses, because the courses tell you step by step. Sometimes, like my videos, girl, I be here and there, and they be like, tell 5 things. I done said 20. Y'all know I don't be having consistency, but I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better, family. I'm gonna get better. But look, I'm gonna get ready to go. I'm gonna get ready to go, family. But look, thank you guys for supporting my live. You guys have a great day. Bye, family.